Comfort feels safe, but deep down, you know something important. You were not created just to be comfortable. Something inside you already knows it. Maybe you have known it for a long time. That the life you are living right now is not quite the life you were made for. Not because it is terrible, not because everything is falling apart. In many ways, it is fine, comfortable, predictable, safe, and that is exactly why it is so easy to stay there. But underneath the routine, beneath the comfort, behind the familiar patterns of everyday life, there is a quiet restlessness, a whisper that refuses to disappear, a gentle voice asking the question you keep trying not to hear. There is more. You know there is more. Why are you still standing still? Most people spend their lives silencing that whisper. They turn on the television. They scroll endlessly through their phones. They fill every empty moment with noise. They stay busy enough to avoid the question. Because the question is uncomfortable, and comfort is easier. Comfort asks nothing from you. Purpose asks everything. There was a man named David, not the king from scripture, just an ordinary man, living an ordinary life, in an ordinary city. He had everything people said should make him happy. A steady income, a nice apartment, reliable routines, a future that looked secure. From the outside, his life seemed successful, but every Sunday evening, he felt something he could not explain. A hollow feeling, a heaviness, a sense that another week was beginning, and somehow he was moving without really going anywhere. Like he was running a race on a track that led back to the same place. Again and again, week after week, year after year. One evening, David sat alone on his balcony. As the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, the city lights began to glow. The noise of the day slowly faded. And for the first time in a long time, he prayed an honest prayer. God, I am comfortable, but I do not feel alive. Is this really all you made me for? He sat there in silence. Minutes passed. Nothing dramatic happened. No voice from the sky. No sudden miracle. Just stillness. And then quietly, almost like a thought that did not belong to him, a direction began to form. A gentle nudge, a clear sense deep within his spirit. No, David, this is not all. I made you for more than this. But you must be willing to leave comfortable if you want to discover it. Those words stayed with him. That night, he opened a notebook for the first time in years. The pages were blank. So was his plan. He was not creating a strategy. He was not building a business. He was not trying to impress anyone. He simply answered one question with complete honesty. What would I do if comfort was not the goal? There is a book called CrossLift by Jordan Wells, written for people like David, people who have built comfortable lives but still feel a quiet restlessness deep inside. People who sense that purpose is waiting somewhere beyond the safe choices they keep making. It is available on Amazon. But stay with me for a moment longer, because there is something you need to hear today. Comfort is not the enemy. There is nothing wrong with peace. There is nothing wrong with stability. There is nothing wrong with enjoying the blessings God has given you. But comfort was never meant to become your destination. It was never meant to become the place where your growth stopped. God did not design you for a life that simply feels safe. He designed you for purpose, for growth, for contribution, for impact, for a life that leaves something meaningful behind, for a life that serves someone beyond yourself. And purpose almost always lives just outside your comfort zone. Not miles away, not on the other side of the world, not in some impossible dream, just one step beyond what feels safe. One difficult conversation, one act of faith, one brave decision, one opportunity you keep postponing, one notebook opened on a quiet evening, one prayer spoken honestly, one step. That is often all it takes. Jesus left the comfort of heaven to walk into the discomfort of earth, not because comfort was wrong, but because purpose required more than staying where it was safe. Love required action, mission required movement, and the same is true for you. Your purpose is not hiding from you. It is waiting for you, patiently, faithfully, just beyond the place where comfort has convinced you to remain. You were never made merely to survive your days. You were made to live them, with intention, with courage, with faith, with conviction, with the confidence that God placed gifts inside you for a reason, with the belief that your life can make a difference, with the understanding that what God placed within you is meant to bless someone beyond you. The world does not need another person hiding inside their comfort zone. The world needs the person God created you to become. So take the step, make the call, start the project, write the first page, pray the bold prayer, trust God with the outcome, step out of comfortable, step into purpose, because on the other side of comfort may be the very life you have been searching for all along, and it could become one of the greatest decisions you ever make.